I always was cooking with my grandmother growing up. I grew up in a Japanese kitchen at a younger age, Mr. Sushi. So since I was like 2-3 years old, I'd be in the kitchen. Tony's son, I've known forever, Mr. Sushi. And I just loved being around food. I loved all cuisines, flavors, the colors, the textures. I was amazed by food. And growing up and being in an abusive home, my mother and father were alcoholics and very abusive toward each other, and myself and my sister, I would go to the kitchen and cook. So food for me is kind of like a savior.
Yeah.
I just go away to get away from everything. It was my way out. And it's for a lot of chefs too. I know a lot of chefs that food saved their life. So for me, that's just my story, food. And it brings people together, it creates memories. So the fondest memories are around food. My good memories, of my parents. So I didn't know I wanted to be a chef until I was in my late 20s. I actually did sales my whole life.
Really?
I sold dogs, technology, software, cars. I mean, you name it, I sold it. And then, one day I saw a casting for Master Chef. That's where it all started. 12 years ago, 10 years ago. I saw a casting in my break room and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. My boyfriend at the time, my now husband, was like, do it, chase your dreams. Anything that I could do to get my name out there, I did, to create, where I am today, so.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach Tolan, aka Vanilla Rice, with another episode of Rich Off Food Podcast, where we interview restaurant owners, food truck owners, and real food bosses. Here today, we're not in Vegas.
My baby.
We're in San Diego, beautiful San Diego. This lady let us into her house. She has been nothing but welcoming. She has an extensive resume. She's not afraid to be in front of the camera. She's the winner of Supermarket Stakeout, Hell's Kitchen, Master Chef. She's been on Master Chef, Hell's Kitchen, Roku,
Travel Channel.
Come on.
New one coming out.
Come on. Let's go. Let's just keep going and going.
Keep going. Chopped. And then Dropout TV. You guys have to see if I won that show coming up soon. So.
And so we have Flawless Lauren Lawless.
Nice to meet you.
On the episode. Thank you so much for having us.
Chef Lawless.
Chef Lawless in the house.
Or Flawless Lawless, whatever.
Flawless
they call me
I like it. I like that. And so, is that what you go by? Flawless Lawless?
That's what a lot of people call me. Yeah. My company's Flawless Cuisine, so.
Yes, and you also own a beer company as well.
I do. And then my baby's over there waiting for me.
That's okay. This is natural. I love it.
Flawless Beer Co. is my new beer company. I just partnered with West Brew, so they brew my beer for me. I have 2 out right now, IPA, a Lawless IPA, and a Flawless Blonde Ale. I'm on the can like a superhero. It's pretty badass. I don't know if you saw it.
On there?
Yeah, I'll give you one before you go.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and then I'm doing a hazy next, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are busy. Like I said earlier off the camera, you are super incredibly busy. I don't know how you keep up, but we definitely want to know.
Yeah.
Right? But before we get into that, we know, right, people that are watching, they might know you or they've heard everything we've already said. Mm-hmm. Where did this passion for cooking start?
Well, you have my book, so definitely got to read my book, Flawless Cuisine, Inspiring the World One Plate at a Time. Incredible. It's an autobiographical cookbook. It's like autobiographical.
It goes with your life.
So my sister actually wrote it before she passed away. She just passed away from cancer after 19 years. But it's all about my life and how I overcame trauma. My mom shot and killed my dad when I was 10 years old. I was abused. I've been through a lot of shit. So I wrote the book to inspire people, to share my story, and show people that no matter what you've been through, you can overcome it and become successful.
Yeah, and you definitely
triumph.
did that. Yeah, you've definitely done that. You're very successful.
Thank you.
And overcoming all that is not easy.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Especially keep pushing forward and starting new things and new ventures.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're just one after another.
Exactly.
Right? So when did you actually first start cooking? When did you realize you loved doing this?
I mean, I always was cooking with my grandmother growing up. I was always in the kitchen where the action was. I loved being around it. I grew up in a Japanese kitchen at a younger age, Mr. Sushi. So since I was like 2-3 years old, I'd be in the kitchen making sushi,
you said 2 or 3 years old?
I was little. Damn. Going to the fish markets, at a later age with him, picking out fish, coming back and helping him. So Tony's son, I've known forever, Mr. Sushi.
Wow.
And I just loved being around food. I loved all cuisines, flavors, the colors, the textures. I was amazed by food. And growing up and being in an abusive home, my mother and father were alcoholics and very abusive toward each other, and myself and my sister, I would go to the kitchen and cook. So food for me is kind of like a savior.
Yeah.
I just go away to get away from everything.
It
was my way out. And it's for a lot of chefs too. I know a lot of chefs that food saved their life. So for me, that's just my story, food. And it brings people together, it creates memories. So the fondest memories are around food. My good memories, of my parents. So, I grew up, my mom would make homemade bouillabaisse. So I'd come home from school and I could smell the bouillabaisse, like from scratch. like the bones, make the broth. And I always really appreciated the effort that went into cooking such beautiful food.
That's incredible.
It's a story.
Yeah, you were pretty much born in the kitchen.
I was. I wasn't a chef forever. Like I didn't know I wanted to be a chef until I was in my late 20s. I actually did sales my whole life.
Really?
I sold dogs, technology, software, cars. I mean, you name it, I sold it. I can sell a dirty tissue to a bum. Like I can sell anything.
That's incredible.
Anything I can sell. And then, one day I saw a casting for Master Chef. That's where it all started.
And this was when you were...
Gosh, this is season 8. So this was like 12 years ago, 10 years ago.
Got it.
I saw casting in my break room and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. My boss like, no, you can't go.
It was in the break room.
Fuck you. I quit.
Got it.
My boyfriend at the time, my now husband, was like, do it. Chase your dream. Go do it. We were like using quarters to eat. We were super broke. And from there, I made the top 40 out of 34,000 people. Damn. I had a viewing party and unfortunately never aired my episode and I was mortified. I was so embarrassed. I had this huge party. Never showed my episode. Everyone was there. And from there, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to tell everybody I'm a celebrity chef. I'm going to make a name for myself. And I literally did every single news station, radio station, magazine, newspaper, food festivals, anything that I could do to get my name out there, I did to create, where I am today. So
yeah. No, you definitely
just
know
hustle.
how to
Hustle.
how to market, how to hustle.
Yeah.
And wow, that is so like, I mean, I couldn't imagine what would happen if I'm sitting there watching TV with everybody waiting for.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. But from there, I did, after that I did Travel Channel Best in Food. I was then on Supermarket Stakeout where I won the title and $10,000 cash prize. From there I did Hell's Kitchen. I made the top 10 in finale and I was the only chef that had never worked in a kitchen. I was the only self-taught private chef. So I kicked a lot of people's asses in that show. I did very well. Gordon said nothing but great things about me. So I'm super blessed for that. And then I just did Chopped and then I was on Roku with Iron Chef Morimoto doing Sushi Master. And he's one of my idols, so I got to do that. It was incredible to meet him and get to learn from him. And I just did another show a couple weeks ago on Dropout TV. You guys will have to tune in for that in 6 months, a year. Who knows? Anything's possible. So.
Wow. You are like I just can't get over how busy you are.
And other stuff coming up. You already know.
You got your cookbook out.
Restaurant.
You got all these TV shows. You got restaurants coming.
A restaurant opening.
Let's talk about the restaurant. I mean, where did you get this idea, and what is going to be the concept?
So again, I love Japanese cuisine. I specialize in Asian fusion. I love anything Asian inspired. So I love ramen. I have pictures of me at a young age just cooking ramen. I love ramen so much, and I saw some inspiration because I watch a lot of mukbang. I love mukbang. Like I'll be up to 3 a.m. watching mukbang. Yeah. He's like, shut up. He hates the slurping noise. I love it. I love it. Everybody hates it. My best friend hates it.
Do you make any mukbangs at all?
No, I need to. I should. The amount of food that I eat.
Yeah.
And I got inspiration. I saw, these convenience stores in like Korea and Asia where they do self-serve ramen. And then I saw this hot pot place in Canada. And I was like, dude, what if I combine the two and did a self-serve ramen restaurant? So I announced it last year. There's been some people trying to replicate what I'm doing, but they don't even come close. So mine is something you have to wait to see it.
Yeah.
So it is self-serve from start to finish. A lot of these places, they help you cook the noodles. You don't get the amount of toppings. You don't get the broth on tap. You don't get to pick your wall of, from the wall of ramen. I mean, it's going to be very interactive, amazing food, the freshest ingredients, over 100 toppings, great broths. I mean, it's going to be really fun.
That's incredible. And how important is it to not only push out a good product, but put a great experience in it? Of
course. I mean, you want to come back, right? We want people to be like, wow, that was amazing. I love the atmosphere. I love the people. We want to come back. I want returning customers, so very important.
Again, word of mouth, getting out there, telling their friends.
And this is great because this is great for children. Children can go make their own bowl of ramen. Obviously, they're going to need some assistance because we don't want you to get a burn, but it's fun. It's, like I said, interactive. You pick from a wall of ramen. You pick from any type of top ramen you want. This is literally top ramen. If you don't want top ramen, we have machines that make fresh noodles for you. They don't have restaurants like this. We have over 100 fresh toppings from bok choy to spam to eggs, cheese, rice cakes, wontons, chicken, pork, beef, shrimp. I mean, you name it, we've got it. And then we're going to have broths on tap. So 4 or 5 different broths on tap. We'll also have a vegan option as well for people that are vegan, vegetarian. And you just sit down, you enjoy, you get to hang around. If we do get the location I'm hoping we get, we will have a full bar. We'll have entertainment, karaoke, and we're also going to have amazing tapas. So great bar food.
Yeah, you take me there next time we come out here.
Sushi, yakitori, bao buns, lamb lollipops, Korean chicken, sticky wings. I mean, you name it, we're gonna have some really incredible bar bites. So
Jeez,
people aren't ready yet.
You know, I mean, at the at the ramen restaurants we go to out in Las Vegas, I mean, they just put the bowl on your table.
Well, this is going to be a franchise. It's
cool.
called Ramen World.
Got it.
So it's the first of many. We're planning on opening 3 in the next 6 to 8 months.
Oh, wow.
And then really expanding this thing. So Ramen World will be everywhere.
And how did that idea come that you want to franchise it?
Because it's great. It's a great concept. And, you know, I thought of something. I'm trying to be smart. I do care about people obviously being employed. I'm going to make sure we have servers, we have busters, we have dishwashers, we have sous chefs. But I don't need an expensive head chef in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You're not really cooking much of anything. Unless we are doing the tapas, then I'll be there helping. But Ramen World can be everywhere.
Pretty automated.
It's automated. It's really affordable. There's not a lot of overhead. And it's like I said, it's fun. Yeah, of course. That's what we're going to. It's the future.
I just saw that.
You the robot? You saw that?
Burger.
Yeah,
I just saw that today on the plane.
Actually, we were watching Shark Tank, and they have a new implement where you can actually get it at home where they make the food for you. You have a refrigerator with everything set up, and they cook the food for you. It's crazy.
Well, I tell myself all the time, I go, as soon as they make a hibachi robot for my restaurant, I love my employees. I told them they can just fill the stuff up as it gets low.
It's already have that already.
I just want it to come out the same every single time.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah, second year not in the restaurant, things are not the same.
Yeah.
Second I step out, I'm like,
Yeah.
So you got to watch them.
And so you've dealt with that. You obviously hold yourself to a very high standard.
Yes.
How is that process?
Well, I cook for a lot of high-end people.
Yeah.
I cook for.
Don't take notes.
I can't tell you. I cooked for one of the richest men in the world. I can't say who because I had to sign a NDA. But I've cooked for Kobe Bryant, Zach Randolph, Yo Gotti, The Game. I mean, Ryan Garcia. I've cooked for everybody. So NASA. I just cook for NASA. So I really hold myself at high standard. My staff. The quality of food that we put out, everything that we do is flawless.
And how important is that to relay that message at the beginning?
It is very important. These are the standards that we set, and this is what I expect from my team and myself every time.
Because a lot of restaurant owners, I guess more mom and pop shops, they're trying to get, they're like, I can't find employees or I can't find good people. It's
true. It's really hard right now in the industry, I think, to find good quality, long-term employees. In the restaurant industry, it's really tough right now.
And you just got them all on speed dial.
Yeah, I got them ready to go. Yeah.
You're just like,
I got a great team.
Chef.
I got a great team. Yeah.
That's
so I already got my manager ready and team ready to go. So.
And so with that opening up, are you still going to be doing more shows? Are you still going to be building your brand?
Yeah. So I'm working on hopefully a tequila and wine this year. Frozen food. I just partnered with Pura Vida Food. They are in Costco, Sprouts, Kroger, Walmart. I mean, they're everywhere. So we actually just created a life bowl, which will have my name on it. It's going to be in Costco. Hopefully at the end of the year or beginning next year. So I have 4 life bowls coming out. I'm doing skillets for them, soup. So pretty excited. Kind of manifested this. I did a vision board party a couple months ago. I'm like, I want my own frozen food. And it kind of just fell in my lap. So I'm really excited to partner with them. They have the best quality frozen food you've ever had. Like you wouldn't know it's frozen.
Walk us through that kind of process, right? Getting your stuff packaged, going
it's
to
way
a
different. You have to. It's like you have to do the science behind it. You have to do the macros. You have to do the
correctly as well.
Yes, how to cook things properly. It's like there's a sequence to it. So I'm learning it. You know what I mean? It's cool. I'm in there every week. Driving.
You have to put the lab coat on.
Yeah, I mean, we do. They do have a big they do the lab and everything. It's really cool. So I'm learning how to do all that. So it's new. That's exciting. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
When is that releasing?
What'd you say? When is it releasing? I'm hoping by the end of the year, beginning next year, it'll be out. So it's coming soon.
And so now, timeline, right? So that's coming out end of the year, beginning of next year.
Working on hopefully getting another show. I would like to do Beat Bobby Flay or
that's a good one.
Iron Chef or Top Chef. So I'm looking to do.
You haven't done those ones yet. Just
unfortunately, some of those you have to either work in a restaurant or own a restaurant. So I'm just kind of waiting. Beat Bobby Flay, I've already applied for that. So I'm just waiting for them to call me. Because Bobby's about to kick your ass.
Hey, you hear that right now? Be Bobby Flay. You damn right.
He ain't ready.
And so probably the first day you open your restaurant, they'll call you like, okay,
that would be great.
You're qualified now.
Yeah, looking for that. I mean, then I have some other stuff I'm working on. I'd like to do a women's chef clothing line next year. And I'd like to do, Fashion Week, New York, runway. For women, I want to do sexy women clothing, 2-piece sets, like down to the knee dresses, really cool prints and fabrics and stuff. So I want to feel sexy in the kitchen. Everything is like masculine. It's male dominated, obviously.
The same chef coat that everybody has to wear.
Yes. And besides that, I also have 2 kitchen inventions coming out that I just patent and trademark.
Inventions.
Yes, I have 2 knife inventions coming out.
Are we allowed to say?
Nope,
No,
I
got it.
can't,
We'll have
but
to
they're
see.
in the
Stay tuned.
works. So
Okay.
hopefully next year those will be out, and I'll retire.
wanna know.
I'll retire off those next year. I'm hoping. So, yeah, I've been working on this for a long time, like 7 years, and I finally got the money together to do it. It's expensive. Patents
Yeah,
are not
it's not
cheap.
cheap. No.
It's
The
like
patent's not cheap,
19,000
let
per
alone
patent. Yeah.
Configuring the
Yeah, so we're working on it. It's a process right now. I mean, there's so many things I want to do, and I have 3 kids. You can hear my baby over there.
Yeah.
Thank God I have a nanny. She's the best. So
So you have a nanny, obviously.
Yeah, I have a nanny.
Your
She's
husband
great.
understands how busy you are.
he's busy. He's got 4 companies he runs too. He's the
Wow.
boss too. So he's
incredible.
probably busier than me.
We gotta get him
He's
on
got tons of employees.
Really?
But yeah, he's in medical and
What time,
marketing.
What time do you wake up and what time do you go to sleep?
6, probably 11.
And you just
something like
go,
that.
go, go,
Yeah,
go.
I have no choice.
Yeah.
Try to build an empire for my kids. So yeah.
That's
Gotta
incredible.
leave a legacy. We're only here so short, you know.
Yeah. How important is family time? Because I mean, you sound
It
like
is.
you don't have
Well,
a
you know,
lot.
I lost my dad, I lost my mom, I've lost my aunt, I've lost my grandparents, and then losing my sister recently. So it's been hard, you know. So it's important. We take a lot of time. We do a lot of vacations. We just got back from Hawaii.
Nice.
Yeah, we're about to go to Miami. I mean, we travel quite a bit, and my kids are very spoiled, but it's very important. I mean, I do make time. Weekends are family time. Weekdays, I'm strictly business.
Wow. And
So.
they know that.
Yeah.
And so.
But I do try to cook dinner almost every night. I try. We eat out a lot though, but
There you go.
I do try. I do cook.
No, that's awesome.
My kids are spoiled.
I wish I was one of your kids to be able to get cooked for.
Oh, my daughter's like at like 5 years old. She wants king crab and filet mignon. She's like, I don't want snow crab, but king crab. I'm like, oh, okay. I see where this is going.
Like,
But
how about the box macaroni?
no,
She's
my
like,
kids don't eat
we're not
that.
doing
My kids don't eat that.
I need it from
no.
scratch.
No, they eat well. So
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Do they actually get in the kitchen with you at all?
my
Are they
daughter,
inspired?
she actually cooks pretty well. She does bake sometimes, and
And this is your older.
my older,
daughter?
she's
Got it.
17, almost 18. Yeah, so she likes to cook. Yeah, she's pretty good, and she caters with me. She works for my
Really?
catering company.
Okay.
So yeah, I have a high-end catering company. I've been doing it for over 8 years now. Very well-known catering company. So I do birthday parties and corporate events and cooking classes. I do a cooking class for the kids with Down syndrome here in San Diego.
Oh, that's really nice.
Gigi's Playhouse, they're great. And I try to do a lot of charity as much as I can when I have time. I just fed all the flood victims. I try to feed the homeless. So I try to give back where I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philanthropist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Not only
to.
a chef, not only a celebrity
You
chef,
have to.
philanthropist.
Let's pay it
fully
forward. It comes
rounded.
back to you.
Yeah.
It's good
I
karma.
agree. And so with all this work that you're doing, when do you find time to come up with new recipes and new ideas and new concepts?
In my dreams, when I'm
Yeah.
sleeping, I'm like, wake up. Oh, yeah. But I mean,
you wake up in the middle of the
yeah,
night, write it down.
I do.
Yeah.
I dream about food. It doesn't go away. It haunts me.
Really?
But
Is that
I love
for
it.
real? Is
I
that
love
for
it.
real? You
I
really-
mean, sometimes
yeah?
chefs, we do get in funk sometimes. You know, sometimes we do get burnt out, but then you got to find that, you got to find it again and find that
Passion
love,
again,
find that
yeah.
passion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine. I mean,
yeah.
with all this being around food, I can see that you could easily to get burnt out a little
yeah,
bit.
you do.
so
You do here and there, but I'm on a good roll right now, so I'm feeling good.
That is just momentum after
Yeah.
momentum after
Got to
momentum.
keep it going. You got to just keep going on to the next, fall down, get back up.
And obviously your why, what I've heard is your kids,
Kids.
your legacy.
Yes.
Is there
correct.
anything else that?
I just want to, I'm doing it for my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out sis.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Make her proud. She loves food.
She definitely is.
She's a huge foodie. So you guys got to get the book. It's on Amazon,
Yeah.
Barnes & Noble. It's on my website. So it's a great
And
book.
so-
You might cry though. You might need a tissue.
That's okay. Crying in the kitchen?
Guys cry.
I'll go cry in the
Guys
walk-in.
can cry too, right?
Cry in the walk-in?
Cry in the pantry.
That's fine with me.
Idiot sandwich.
I'll be like, oh no, don't come in here. No, that's incredible. Yeah, you are just. Let me just
Go, go, go,
back
go,
a little bit. I'm still so like I'm trying to catch
I get
up
bored.
on all the stuff.
I get
that
so
you
bored.
do.
I'm like, what can I do next? What can I do
get
next?
bored.
So, I get
When do you
bored.
have time to get bored?
I get bored, trust me. I'm like always thinking of what's next. I'm thinking ahead, you know what I mean? So
And so where did you grow up at?
I grew up in PB.
Okay.
I'm from PB. I don't know,
Hey.
Pacific Beach. Yeah.
Nice.
I was born in Orange, but I grew up at the beach. My grandma pretty much raised me. She took custody of us when I was like 10. My mom killed my dad, so she raised me, and I actually moved out at 15, got emancipated at 16, married at 17, married a winner. Sarcasm. Hopefully
Yeah.
the bus comes for him any day now. My daughter's dad. And I started very young and had to grow up, really quickly. So
Yeah. Did
take
you
care
ever
of
want to
myself.
leave and move out of San Diego, or did you?
Yeah,
ever?
we're actually about to move to Miami next year. We're buying a house in Miami. I'm not sure if we're going to keep this one or sell it, but we're looking at moving to Miami next year.
And is that
Miami's a
for-
vibe.
Yeah, Miami's dope.
I love Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does too. So we both lived here forever, and I'm kind of over San Diego. I love
Ready
San
for a
Diego,
new
but
start.
Miami's got great beaches, the water's warm, good weather,
great
good
food.
food, good shopping. Yeah, Very bougie like me.
Yeah, it'll fit you for sure.
Yeah, so we're about to do a new chapter.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
to leave this behind.
I know we just bought it. We have a great house, but
Yeah.
Miami's where it's at. So
Wow.
if we don't like it, we'll come back. So
Yeah, you can always come back.
yeah,
This is always home.
His job where he wants, and I can work wherever I need to.
Gotcha. And so are you always, are you traveling a lot?
Yeah, I travel a lot. I'm actually going to Italy. I'm going on an 11-day cruise to Spain. Or not Spain, Italy, Europe, just to go speak on a ship for one day. So I'm actually taking my daughter, all expense
Oh, so you're
paid.
turning it into a vacation.
It is. They're letting me go for 11 days,
You're
first
speaking
class,
for one.
speaking for one day, all the food and drinks provided, and get a great room and be in a room with a bunch of amazing entrepreneurs, motivational speakers, and
That's what happens
great
when
people.
you go all in on your passion.
So yeah, my daughter's excited. That was like her birthday wish, and it kind of manifested that. So we're going.
Is that on your vision board as well?
It was actually. So
that's
we're going to
awesome.
Italy. Her and I are going to Italy in September. We're going to Atlanta next week. My husband has labs all over the U.S. So we're going to go to Texas. We're going to Miami, Puerto Rico. We might go to New York. So yeah, lots of family
Are
trips.
your kids, all your kids?
Some
gonna
they're
come
going on
with
some.
you?
Yeah,
Got it.
not the cruise. Mommy and
Yeah.
my daughter are gonna relax and
There you go.
eat a lot of food. So
Eat a lot of food. have
lots of
mommy
cheese and
time.
wine. And yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited. And then next year I'm definitely doing Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
Have you been?
No. It's on my bucket list next year. Yeah. So go to Kyoto, Tokyo, all those cool places. I'm excited for that.
That is incredible. I just can't stop saying it. What you're doing is amazing.
Thanks.
You are an absolute star, and you are not only going to keep going, but you're going to create that legacy that you always
Correct,
are. I
yep.
see it. I see the drive. I see the passion.
Yep.
Not everybody's as go, go, go. I mean, in this world we live
And I
in,
can actually fucking cook too.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at me like, your nails, your hair, your boobs.
Do they? Yeah.
I
Talk
really
about
can
that.
throw it down. If you see
Yeah.
my Instagram, I can cook. So
Yeah, I see
I can
it.
cook better than a lot
wouldn't have
of
gotten
these
here if
celebrity
you
chefs. I'm not gonna say any names, but a lot of these people
say some names.
they
Come on,
can't
say
cook
some
that
names.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
so
smack.
beef.
Yeah.
Have a throwdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really could cook. So I know food. I know flavors.
Have you ever thought about having your own cooking show?
I would love that. I've actually tried doing that a couple years ago, and it kind of got put off. But yeah, I would love to have my own cooking show.
That'd be sick.
I would love it. So
Lawless.
Yeah, hell
With a name.
yeah.
What would you name it?
I don't know
Something like
yet.
that?
I don't know.
Let's see how flawless.
I don't know. So
Your joke is
dropping your phone.
slipped out. But
Rookie move.
yeah, this is what my first podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Is there anything else you really want to pinpoint on? I mean, you kind of
don't
touched on a
know.
little bit of everything.
There are a couple other things that I'm looking forward to in the next couple of years, food-wise. I'm looking at another location to do another type of restaurant.
Really?
I like fusion.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about I like Cajun cuisine. So like Creole Asian restaurant.
Whoa.
And I found a location here, and I'm really trying to buy the building, and we just can't find out who the owner is. So that's
You will.
also, yeah, we will.
Yeah, you will.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. So
no doubt.
I mean, there's so much. The possibilities are endless. There's so many opportunities. So I'm really, really grateful for everyone I've met. And it doesn't happen for everybody, but you have to take risks. That's what the biggest thing I can stress is to take chances, because people just get so comfortable, and you'll never know your capability if you don't push yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll never succeed without failure. So you have to fall to get back up to succeed. And I have fallen a million fucking times.
Yeah.
All the time, still,
And you've got back up a million.
I got back up. Restaurant closed, food truck spent a bunch of money, didn't work, and you just got to keep on moving to the next. So,
And when you open these things and you close them, right? Obviously, with a sense of pride, we don't ever want to close it.
yeah,
What
but
type
you
of
have to be
guts does
smart
that
enough
make?
to walk away. I know
At the
people
right
that
time.
don't because they're ego. You know what I mean? You have to know when it's enough and when to move on. So
Yeah, I opened actually a second location as well,
Good for you.
and it was about 4 months in, and I realized it's about to be the new year. I go, let's just cut it off and start the new year fresh.
Yeah.
and stick with the one that's working.
there you go.
And
Brick and mortar is a whole different story.
Well, it hurt my pride for sure.
Yeah,
It was like
of course.
I don't want to announce, hey, we're closing,
Shit,
because
but,
I
hey.
only want to go up, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
It's okay. What you got to do what's best for you.
But I learned a lot.
Yeah, of course. That's
it's not a loss
the
if it's a
process.
lesson.
You have to learn.
Yeah, and now I know what to do for the next one.
Not a
Just
loss,
maybe
a
I wasn't-
lesson. I
Yeah,
like
maybe
it.
I just wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now, am I prepared? I'm a little bit more than I
More
was.
prepared, yes.
Yeah.
You have the experience, yeah. Restaurants
so
are not
I don't do that
easy.
either. I
They're
don't
not
do
for
that.
everybody.
No.
It's
done
your
and done.
baby, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And this is why I'm looking forward to Ramen World, because I don't feel like I'm gonna have to be there 17 hours a day every day. This is something that I can get up and running, and then we want to incorporate more food. If we do decide to do bar food, then I can be there more and find a chef that's gonna be able to be capable of handling that. In the meantime, it's really pretty much all fresh ingredients.
Yeah,
there's no
they're
cooking.
just filling it up as they go.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's easy, and I can still have time for my kids and my family and not live in the restaurant.
How often do you see that? Chefs living in the restaurant?
Every day. This is why I have so much respect for people that own restaurants or work in a restaurant, because I was always a private self-taught chef, you know? And then when I got into Hell's Kitchen, learning what it's like to be in a kitchen, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is stressful as fuck. Yeah. It's like you're getting burnt all day, you're hot, you're tired, you're standing on your feet. It's not for everybody. So I have mad respect for chefs. Not everyone can do it.
What are some type of techniques or tactics that you can let another chef know to possibly maybe step out of the restaurant? If you know any.
Well, they really need to figure out what they want to do and where you're going to be successful. Like I said, it's really tough. It's a lot of money, a lot of time. So maybe finding a special niche or something that's unique that can separate yourself from everybody else, and put together a really great, solid business plan, be organized, be on top of your shit. I mean, you have to really prepare yourself.
Yeah.
You can't go in there blind, because it's going to chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah, I agree. Because restaurants open and close every day.
Exactly, especially in our economy.
Yeah.
And now minimum wage has gone up. You know, this is why all these mom and pop places are closed. And one of our friends' place just closed because they can't afford staff. Right. You know, it's mom and pop, so it's sad, you know. So you really got to be smart about, you know,
I was on the
what type of restaurant, if you're doing that. And, you know, I've had friends ask me, oh, should I do a food truck? No. Get a trailer.
Yeah, correct.
Don't do a food truck.
Made that mistake as
so,
well.
You know what I mean? There's just so many ways to go about it. Do your research, talk to people, and then go from there. I think you really got to do your research.
When is the Flawless Lawless mentorship going to open?
I know, I should do that. I would love to be a motivational speaker one day and you know, share my story and talk about everything I've been through and help people. So I try to do it now as much as I can, but one day I think that's definitely down the line.
Well, because even your story in the cooking world, right, is incredible. But your story of perseverance and how you overcome everything is just as incredible.
Thank you.
And people can.
I have rough days too. You know, I have depression and I've been through it, and I'm sad sometimes. But you know, at the end of the day, only you can push yourself. You know what I mean? Only you're your biggest believer and support system. So if you have to believe in yourself, you have to want it. Nobody else can make it happen but you. Yeah. So.
All eyes on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You are amazing. What time we at, Joe? What time? We got time? We keep going? You got time?
Yeah, I've got time.
You got somewhere to be?
I know you said I got a hot date. He's sitting over there.
Hey! You hear that?
Yeah. My nanny's coming. So
yeah. No, I definitely want to ask you a few more stuff. Yeah. If you, like you said, if you have time and everything. Do
you know what you're going to ask me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I answered everything. What else?
No. I just want to word it properly, right? So.
Do you want to look at my book?
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, let's look at it. Yeah, this is cool.
So this is like new recipes and old recipes. So recipes that I've incorporated over the years, recipes that my grandmother taught me, recipes from my mother, and just, you know, some stuff that I really enjoy. So, you know, cinnamon rolls are like my favorite. So I have cinnamon rolls. My dad was legally blind. So we have my dad's zucchini bread, and it's like a mess everywhere because my dad would make a fucking mess. And he only cooked like 2 things. So I have Chuck's chili and then my dad's zucchini bread. So I have dedications in there. I have my sister's favorite tortilla soup was her recipe. Crab cakes, my recipe. This is what I'm known for. It's like my signature dish, my crab cakes. Nobody makes better crab cakes than me.
These look really good because I've had some nasty crab cakes.
Oh no, I deep fry them. Yeah. I do a crab cake Benedict.
Sometimes they're super slimy.
It's so good. No, mine are the best. That's like my husband's favorite thing.
Really good and colorful.
Do lamb. I do tons of Asian, tons of pasta. Lots of good food, so all different types of cuisine. I didn't really do much of my like German background because nobody wants to eat fucking German.
Yeah, it's not as popular.
You know what I mean?
I've never heard anybody say, "Yo, we're having German tonight."
No, yeah. Nobody wants sauerkraut and red cabbage and shit. I mean, I'll eat some sauerkraut now, but not like
hot dog or something.
Exactly, right. Not everyday food.
That's hilarious. Yes, these are incredible. How many are in?
And I actually designed the whole book. I did all of the layout, the food photography. I had someone take the pictures. But everything else is done by yours truly.
And
so
how recent is this?
This took me 4 years.
Okay.
Start to finish to take the pictures, and then the editing took years. Just the editing, because chefs, we don't measure. We just do a pinch, a dab, you know. And Yeah, so it took a long time, but
that was something I
lots
had
of
to
blood,
learn.
sweat, and tears in this, a lot of money too.
Yeah.
So
That was something how I started, right? I kind of just started with, I know the recipe in my head.
Yeah.
And then when it was time to get
try
down
to
to
do what?
crunching numbers,
Yeah, no.
I was like, they're like, well, how much salt do you
At a
put? I go,
restaurant?
enough to taste.
Exactly.
They go, well, that's not good for the
we need
margins.
to know.
Yeah.
You got to put it in a book. You have to have
Yeah.
it written in system. Yeah, exactly.
And so, did you already know how many recipes you were going to put in here, or did you just start going?
I just started going. Yeah, I just put it together. So.
And how many would you say are in here?
I think there's 50 something.
So you're not going
I don't
hungry
know.
if you got this, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
there's a lot.
Yeah,
so.
you're not going hungry if you have
Yeah, and then
this.
I mean,
Make
I'd
sure
like
you
to
go
eventually
get it.
do another one. I want to do like either a gourmet grilling cookbook, like grilling, like really cool food on the grill, or a fine dining cookbook, or even like fashionably food. I want to do a fashion style, like Vogue style cookbook with like dresses and knives and fire, like really cool looking food, but no recipes. Like a coffee table book. So.
Oh, like you just thumb through it, read through it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So,
wow. Yeah, no, this is so. You have so many ideas. I mean, where do you get your inspiration from? Like, obviously, you're in the kitchen every day.
I don't know. It's just going and going.
Just in your dreams, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What I actually wanted to ask you earlier was, you know, when you were starting and said you wanted to be a celebrity chef.
Hold
what
on.
made
Do you want to tell them to?
No, you're
Okay.
What?
It doesn't capture.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, my ADD is. I'm like, what's going on? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, quiet down over there.
I'm just joking. What made you want to go like the celebrity chef route versus kind of starting in the kitchen and working your way up?
Because that's where you make money. Sorry to say, but most chefs, they don't make shit. And, you know, I like being front and center. I like being on TV. I like competition. I'm not too bad to look at on camera. So, you know, it just kind of works. So, you know, I got a great opportunity and I just ran with it. So.
And this was a thought. You thought this. You were like, I don't want to. I want to be on front and center.
Yeah.
I want to be on the camera.
Yeah, I always wanted to do a cooking competition show because I'm very competitive. I like to be number one. I like to show off. So it kind of just works out perfectly. You have to have the personality. You have to have tough skin.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it's not for everybody. So.
Yeah.
And I don't want to work in a restaurant. I don't. So, like I said, I respect chefs, but it's not for me. I would never work in a kitchen. Wow. I don't want to work in a kitchen 12, 14 hours a day, busting my ass, you know. So this is why I have my catering company. I get to cook for celebrities. I get to travel. I get to do what I love, but I get to do it when I want to do it.
Correct.
I make my own
Your
schedule.
time.
Yeah, on my time.
That's so smart.
So, which is the best. Your own boss.
A lot of people that are probably starting in the food industry can definitely get a lot of value from this. And, you know, because other interviews I've done are for chefs and restaurant owners.
I tell them,
This is very
take a risk.
different.
Go do a TV show, you know. Figure out what makes you unique, what makes you different, how are you going to stand out from the rest. There's so many people wanting to do it, but not everyone can do it.
Yeah.
So.
You have to be unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
You definitely are.
Flawless.
Flawless, baby.
Yeah.
So I want to see if you have any like stories or like obviously, you know, you're coming up, your stories, you know, your life, you persevered a lot, but any like kitchen stories or food show stories, like either good, bad, a little bit of both.
I've had so many.
Couple favorites.
Gosh, MasterChef, my first one, I cried like a little bitch. I couldn't even talk. I was just so scared and shaking and crying.
On the first episode?
It was horrible. It was so bad. Probably why they didn't show the episode.
Oh, that's why.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like she was crying too much.
No, but I mean, Hell's Kitchen was awesome. Working with Gordon Ramsay, getting cussed out by him, and just being in that fast-paced environment. It was really cool because it's like I said, I just got thrown into it. I didn't even know, like, I didn't know the lingo in the kitchen. I didn't know what the fuck they're talking about. I've never worked in the kitchen, so of course everyone was out to get me. But just the experience that I had on the show and the challenges we got to do really pushed me, and I think really molded me into a better chef. And definitely, I think my favorite was Iron Chef. You know, he taught me how to cut a cucumber and like do things that I would never do, like break down fish. And I'm like, you know, this is my love, sushi and Japanese cuisine. And he was who I used to watch growing up with my mom. I'd watch Iron Chef, like the old school Iron Chef with the bite and pepper, do a backflip. Like that was my show. So getting to meet him and cook with him was awesome. But I mean, the shows are crazy. You live in a house of people for, 30 days. They just had a baby. They don't feed you. Don't have water. People are freaking going to the hospital for dehydration. People are cussing you out. Someone shit in the house. Like, it was a lot going on. Someone shit in the chair. I mean, there was so much going on. Like, it was.
It's nasty.
It gets nasty. Like, you're sharing a bathroom with all these dirty, stinky people, like personalities.
Like
I cuss people out. People cuss me out. You know, the girl that won the show, she blocked me on Instagram. She don't like me. So, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's just part of the game, you know.
But you were there to be unique and talking shit and win.
I did, and I
You weren't
did
there for
really
people
well.
like
And
you.
yeah, it's fine. I'm very, very pleased with my outcome and what I did during that time. So.
That's awesome. Those are
Yeah.
great stories.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
'Cause I watch
There's a
Hell's
lot of
Kitchen.
shit that goes
Yeah.
on in the kitchen. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, yeah, chefs are fucking crazy. A lot of cussing, a lot of drinking, a lot of shit going on. Yeah, we're all crazy, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I'm crazy in a good way.
I was raised in a Japanese kitchen. As
No
well.
way!
Yeah,
I
well,
love it. Well, that's why you do hibachi.
Yeah,
I'm doing like really good yakitori, so I can't wait for you to try my
I love
yakitori.
it. I'm so excited. We're going.
Yeah,
next
you
time.
guys are gonna love it.
When are you expecting to open?
I'm hoping by July we'll be open.
July.
If
Oh,
we get
okay.
this place
We'll
and close
definitely
it
be back.
next week or the following,
Yeah.
we should be open by June, July.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I'll invite you guys for the
Excited.
opening.
Yeah,
So.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
That means a lot. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
So I do got a couple more things, and we'll get you wrapped up, get
Yeah.
you back to your family because
Yep.
I know you're so busy. If there's any people that are starting in this journey, right, either becoming a celebrity chef or a chef or want to get into the food space, what is?
Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Boom. That's it. All right, gotta go.
Like I said,
I've said that same thing
Like I
before,
said,
too.
you have to be prepared for what it entails. And I'm sure you know you have a child, and that probably eats up a lot of your time too, being in that restaurant all day, all night. You get to start it. It's your baby.
tough.
So you have to be prepared for the amount of time and money and sacrifices you have to make. And if you're not willing to do that, it's not for you. Sacrifice. Lots of sacrifice. Lots of money.
I don't think a lot of people think of that before they start. They just start.
It's
get
not
too deep,
easy.
and they can't get out.
Yeah. So, and like I said, take risks, take chances. If you guys see an opportunity to do it. So that's the only way you will succeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, last thing. This is the Rich Off Food podcast. What does rich off food mean to you?
Ooh, I don't know. Rich off food. I mean, something that makes you rich. Food makes you rich, right? It makes you happy. It brings, there's so many words that can describe rich, right? So I think like my family makes me rich, right? They make me feel like $1 million. So food makes you feel like $1 million. What can I do to you? So I mean, it really depends on the person and how they think of it. But I think it's a great. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it
Rich
too.
off food.
I'm so
I
happy
love
that
it.
you're on here.
Yeah.
Flawless Laws. Let them know where they can find you, where they can get your cookbooks. You probably have 1 million websites.
Yeah, I
but
do.
Name a few.
My website is flawlesscuisineinc.com. You can go to my Instagram, chef_lawless. This is on Amazon. Flawless Cuisine, inspiring the world one plate at a time. You guys check it out. You'll love it. Lots of great pictures in here. Great story. Look at that. I mean, come on.
Hey.
You guys can also get it on Barnes & Noble. And yeah, I mean, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. You can, look me up on YouTube. I get around
She's not
in a good
following
way.
Back, all right?
You
So
know?
just follow. Yeah. Hey, well, thank you so much
Yeah,
for coming.
thanks for
I
coming
see
to my
nothing
house.
but amazing success in your future.
You too. I'm gonna have to come to your
Thank you.
restaurant.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love for you to come on down.
Don't
come
fuck
check
up.
us out. No, I can't. I gotta be flawless. I have to be flawless. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Very
All right,
nice
thanks
meeting
for
you as
coming
well.
out.
This is the Rich Off Food Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that stuff you do on podcast. Check on the next one. Peace.
Peace.